View this clip.
Now, I was just thinking to myself, we might make some headway here, and here out comes, oh, I'm going to say it, out comes Ashley Hitler.
I'll give you a few seconds to fully get the laughter out. Cool. So, you're probably wondering, why did I play this clip of someone calling Ashley Bloomfield Ashley Hitler? Because I want to explain to you why I will be calling him Ashley Hitler whenever I can. And I also just thought it was funny, so you're welcome. But Ashley Hitler, why has he garnered this nickname? Well, it is because he has made it clear that he does not think that we will be getting down to level 1 freedoms. Now, of course, we're heading into summer soon. By heading into summer, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's already here because it's hot as, but we're heading into summer, and a lot of people like to enjoy summer because there's a lot of festivals, music shows, and I don't know, I don't really pay attention to much of that. I just stay home and play video games, but there's a lot of summer events that people like to go about, and people have been wondering about that. Ashley Hitler has said that for most of these events, you will most likely need to show either your vaccination status, which would probably be in the form of vaccine passports, or you would need to show, like, that you've had a negative test recently. Ashley Hitler seems to believe that he and the government, they can eliminate COVID-19. And they're sticking to that elimination strategy, at least based on that article. I think they've changed that now. But, let's look at actually COVID-19 a bit. Let's get into some of the more details. So, let's look at the numbers. Now I know what a lot of people are thinking. Oh, well, what numbers, what source are you using? Well, I am using, of course, New Zealand's single source of truth, the New Zealand government. This is on the Ministry of Health website. I am getting this information from the Ministry of Health. So, presumably, this is supposed to be the most reputable. I mean, this is us New Zealand's single source of truth over here. So, clearly, that's a good thing, I guess. But anyway, let's discuss how many cases there are. Now, in total, there have been 10,789 cases of COVID-19 since we first got, since 2020. This isn't just from the Delta variant. This is COVID and Delta. Now, of course, keep in mind that this will probably change because this website is getting updated daily. So, if you look now, this is just by the time I'm recording this. By the time I've uploaded it, it'll probably change. So, yeah. But I've put a link in the description to the website, so you guys can always look back and see what the current numbers are like now. But that is the amount of COVID cases we've had overall. There are currently 5,213 active cases of COVID-19 in New Zealand. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking oh my gosh, that's a lot of cases. I mean, this is serious. My gosh, that's insane. But note how that's just almost close to being half of the total cases we've had in New Zealand. Not completely, it isn't completely half, because if you want to get really technical, it isn't. But, what happened to those other cases? Well, 5,535 cases have recovered. Those are people who have had COVID-19 and have fully recovered. Now, I know what you'll think. Now, the question is then, well, what is the death total of COVID-19? Because this is pretty serious. I mean, COVID-19's been hyped up so much, so the death count's got to be freaking 7,000 people, right? Or something like that. Keep in mind, important thing, before I get onto the death count, the Ministry of Health website, the official website says this, that how they count deaths or death cases is by people who have died who have had COVID-19 while they were dead. Well, not while they were dead, of course, but they had COVID-19 and then they died. The website even says that it's not because, the cases are not, it doesn't count cases. Why can't I think this way? But the website itself states that not everyone who died in this number died from COVID-19. They could have been from other things. It was just they were active cases at the time of death, And apparently that counts. So, how many active people who had COVID died? In total, 41. There have been 41 people who have died, or who have been active cases of COVID and died during this whole pandemic. Not just Delta, but COVID as well, like the regular COVID-19 strain. All of this, all of these severe, I haven't even scratched the surface of a lot of the negative effects of lockdowns and the government's policies. Don't worry, I will as the show continues, I will explain more and more elements. But let's just look at what we've covered so far in the show. We've had over 30,000 surgeries cancelled. We've had to spend billions of dollars to keep the economy from crashing after going into lockdown. We've had... Oh man, I can't even remember what else we did. I was going to say we've had to suspend Parliament, but that's like the only good thing that happened, is that Parliament was suspended for a week. That was the only good thing that happened. Okay, actually, that's not even true. Okay, well, out of the government's, it was like one of the only good policies Jacinda Ardern has done in this battle against COVID. Yeah, there we go, because there has been good stuff that has happened over the period of lockdown, at least for certain people's individual lives, but we're not going to discuss that. And all of that was for a virus that has not even, at most, 41 people who have died from it, but actually that's not even true. It's just 41 people who were active cases have died, not even because of COVID. That's the maximum number. 5,535, I hope so, I'm pretty sure, cases have recovered. That's over half of the total cases in New Zealand has recovered. Guys, I understand that we want to be careful with COVID and we should be taking precautions, but guys, I think we're just going a bit overboard here. All of these restrictions, and it was constantly on the 1 p.m. and the 4 p.m. I don't know, I haven't watched them, but constantly has been drilled into our brains that we need to unite against COVID, we need to fight against COVID, we need to eliminate COVID. And, based on the numbers, if you caught COVID, you'd be totally fine.